So do you think this mannequin of Obama is racist? See the watermelon? See the not quite great resemblance to Obama? Well, a man by the name of Danny Hafley of Casey County, Kentucky, decided to put up this little mannequin display deal right in front of his house. And he actually has been up there since November, right around the elections, I think a little bit before the elections. And apparently it's become quite popular in his neighborhood there in good old Kentucky. Um, when he was interviewed by the local news, when they asked him, well, Danny, well, Mr. Hafley, is this racist? He said, well, no, it's not racist. He said, what did he say? He said a few things. He said, if I had $1 for everybody that stopped, I'd be a millionaire. And then he says, this is why it's not racist. Get this, right? This is why he did it. This was the only reason that he put a watermelon with a big chomp out of it in his hand, in mannequin Obama's hand. I thought he might get hungry standing out here. Standing out here. The way I look at it, it's freedom of speech, according to him. Well, which is true. It's freedom of speech. You can do what you want. You can be as racist as you like. So apparently, he was not aware of uh, the long-standing stereotype of watermelons and black people, which goes all the way back to slavery, which I'll tell you about a little bit more in this video. Also, something interesting, there was an anonymous neighbor that was quoted as saying, this is obvious, but interesting nonetheless. Quote, we don't have black people in this community, but I'm sure they travel this road like everybody else does. They could be offended. I don't agree with it. Well, at least somebody in the neighborhood is seeing the problem with having this display out in front of this guy's house. So, if you just had the mannequin and then put the watermelon in it, just had the mannequin, it'd still be a little creepy, but the racist component of it would be taken out. Now, here's some facts about Casey County, Kentucky. Has a population, just the county now, of around 16,000 people. And in the 2012 election, Romney won the county won 80.5% of the vote to Obama's 17.8% of the vote. So it's not a big shocker, and there's a link below with that where I got that data. It's not a big shocker that Obama's not too popular in that area. So, I mean, of course it was racist, right? Why didn't he pick another fruit? Well, because he knew the connection between watermelons and black people, and wow, it's so hilarious, it's so brilliant, right? But also, why put an Obama mannequin in front of your house at all, right? When Bill Clinton was getting harangued during his term, did anyone have any Bill Clinton mannequins? Were there any Bush mannequins with some sort of, I don't know what it would be, some stereotype or racist something or other. Okay, now I found a little bit about, which I wasn't familiar with, about the history of this stereotype. And there's a link below where I got this from in the description. Quote, defenders of slavery used the watermelon as a symbol of simplicity. African Americans, the argument went, were happy as slaves. They were happy, right? They just had their watermelon, their work, etc. And also, in the same article, quote, the association of black people with a love of watermelon isn't just a neutral stereotype, nor one that emerged because there is a, quote, kernel of truth, as people love to say about stereotypes. Instead, it was a deliberate tool with which to misportray African Americans and justify slavery, which I thought was pretty fascinating. So, there's a little something to learn. Not only is racism and ignorance and stupidity alive and well in this country, and also it is alive and well in Kentucky, but also from this little, not fiasco, but this amusing and unfortunate display that was put out there, I was able to learn a little bit about the history of the watermelon stereotype, and hopefully you learned something too.